What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are on episode. Wait, we can do this. We can do this. Um, 8. I don't think you can do 9. Yeah. We are on episode 19. We are on episode 19. We picked up right where we left off. The group is falling down this little ramp, cave, hole, trap thing. But the hole quickly becomes like a ramp, and they slide into some like wet water. Wet water. Is water wet? Anyway, they slide into some water, and they quickly get up and swim to shore. It's pretty dim lit down here. Dimly lit. They find out that they're in this like weird tunnel cave system, and of course they carry on. They start proceeding on. They notice that there are like these crystals along the walls, and further inspection, the Dahlia tries to like figure these crystals out, and she finds out that she can't figure it out. Spunk licks the. What am I doing? Hand gestures. So many hand gestures lately. But Spunk licks the crystals, and he figures out that they are somewhat alive. The crystals are alive. We find out that Spunk might not know his left from his right. He says that he wants to go right. He ends up going straight left. As they proceed down the tunnels, they come across this like special like looking white crystal. Adalia immediately touches it. Now, when she touches, there's something that the DM does that sends everybody into a panic. When the DM goes, "Are you sure?" That's when you need to start rethinking your life. But Katie held fast. Katie was like, yes. Katie held fast. I mean, she was just like, yes, I'm going to go. I'm definitely, this crystal born lady is going to go touch that crystal. And that's what she did. Immediately, Carlos was like, a light flashes. Everybody rolled me a D100. Which I really don't think mattered. I think it just kind of mattered the course of events of who was gonna go. But first up, you had Pickles. She was sitting in an office with what we supposedly think is her father. Her father is kind of like she's in trouble for something that she did. Not really clear up on that, but her father is reprimanding her. I think that's the right word for that. But he's just basically like, "What did you do wrong? How can we fix this? We don't want apologies. We want to do better. So do better." Blah, blah, blah. He's just kind of going off on her a little bit. She takes it pretty hard, and she ends up crying. And then I was real excited for the Pickles lore. Love me some good Pickles lore. Like, man, this any extreme race, this race of Goliaths raising a goblin. Goblin? Yeah, goblin. She is a goblin. In my head, Pickles argues the fact that she's a Goliath so much that I'm just like, she's a Goliath. But any like extreme race like adoption, I'm here for it. There was this one show I was watching, and this God, what was he? He was some kind of barbarian. I forgot what it was, but just some kind of barbarian troll Goliath thing was adopted by a family of gnomes. It was hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, Pickles lore. I love me some good Pickles lore. I need to figure out what's going on. Like, why didn't she like torture rooms? What's up with her dad? Her family's the mafia. Like, come on. We need some more information there. Her dad's pretty mean. Like, her dad, I don't know if it's like the stern dad or I don't really love you dad. Like, how did Pickles end up with these people? I need answers to these questions. Anyway, moving on. We're not just gonna sit on Miraz. His family, Eugene. Apparently, he stole some money from his dad, and his dad found out, and he just wanted him to admit it. Then he was like, "You're never gonna amount to anything. You're a failure." Blah blah blah. And it's just kind of put some light on the way Miraz is, like how he is. And I do have to say there's some, because they didn't know this was gonna happen, but they reacted very well. They reacted so well to these things, and it's just like as it, like I think Andy and Nathan probably asked one question, and then they were just right into it. So it was just like it was such a good comeback for this. Like it worked really well. The role play was there. You would think that they are pretty good improv people. Anyway, uh Eugene, dad comes and yells at him. He's like, "You'll never amount to anything. You're sorry, blah blah blah, all this stuff," and pretty harsh. And then we move on to Ambrose, who is in like a magical classroom, kind of like from his school. Everybody there can apparently do magic. The teacher calls on him to demonstrate a magic spell, like some kind of spark. Like if you can do magic, you have this kind of spark. Teacher tells him to do the spark. He can't do it because he cannot do magic. Teacher is an asshole. But he's unable to do it. He's embarrassed. Blah blah blah. It kind of shines a light onto why Ambrose is a little bit of an asshole. But we all got our demons. Spunk sees something that he made a deal with, and this thing tells him that he's coming for him. There's no use in hiding. Blah blah blah. Like Spunk freaks out. He's just like, "No, I made a deal with you. I made a deal with somebody else. I'm gonna get away. There's no. I'm just done. No." Spunk freaks out. Adalia, she is back with Zeos. He is asking her for the locations of the resistance, and she won't give him up. So he's like, "All right, we're gonna play a game. I know you know that I know you know. So let's just do this." So he brings somebody in. He slits their throat. It's like, "You know yet? No, you don't know, but I know you know. So let's bring the next person in, slit their throat." But she holds fast and she doesn't give up information. Then everybody wakes up. Everybody wakes up and they feel horrible. Everyone freaks out because I'm guessing they were shown their worst nightmare. That is my recollection of that, because Pickles is probably scared of her dad. Miraz is probably scared of disapproval of his family. Ambrose is probably scared of being embarrassed of the lack of magic that he has. Adalia is probably scared of the resistance being destroyed by Zeos. And Spunk is probably scared of whatever he made a deal with. So I highly suspect this crystal was some sort of trap to kind of freak the players out, or to just give us a little bit of backstory. I'm not mad about it. Oh, we forgot about Ferric. I don't see Ferric in my notes. Why is Ferric not in my notes? I don't know what Ferric saw. Um, Ferric has a panic attack, and then we learned real time, ladies and gentlemen. I asked this question in Discord right after listening to this. Ferric has a panic attack, and Christopher's like, "We need to help him." He's like, he's having, like, we need to help him. So Christopher goes to reach out to touch Ferric. He was obviously going to cast a spell. I was thinking calm emotions, but it was going to be lesser restoration. But everybody was instantly like, "No, don't touch him, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Why can't he touch him? Like, I mean, he's just trying to help." So I jumped into Discord and I was like, "Hey, why did you guys stop Christopher from helping Ferric?" A lot of hand motions. It's kind of, I talk with my hands a lot, so I Bam, bam, bam. Anyway, was like, yeah, why is that a thing? And then apparently, when people have panic attacks, they can become aggressive. They could make it worse. It could be a fight or flight type thing. So that was very interesting to learn, because most people that I've helped through the panic attack, either it's like somebody I can touch or hold, or somebody I can like I ask them what do they need a lot of the time. Um, but I never knew that was a thing that you're not supposed to just. I don't know. I feel bad when you're like watching somebody. Anyway, getting back to the show. But yeah, so Ferric freaks out. Christopher ends up touching him and casting lesser restoration, and that helps Ferric calm down. Um, Spunk jets off somewhere. He is gone. They go out and look for him. Pickles does too. She kind of wakes up. She's like, I don't think she was crying, but she has like a very serious face, and she's just like, I gotta fix it. Gotta fix the link. Broken chain. Blah blah blah. Her dad just kind of messed her up there. So they go out and find Spunk, and they have to talk him down from whatever he saw, and he's just like, man, these heroes ain't working out. These heroes ain't heroing like they were supposed to hero. But whatever. Um, Ferric breaks the crystal in anger. He just Austin. He really thinks about like all the sound effects that stuff makes, and I think he's a DM for whatever. I don't know what Austin DMs for, but I think he said he's a DM. But he narrates what he's doing so well. It's like Ferric was angry at the crystal for showing him something that he did not want to see. So he went up to smash the crystals, and as Ferric was smashing the crystal, Austin was like, doosh, doosh, clink, just kind of like he, emphasizing how Ferric like is destroying this crystal, and it's like stuff like that I appreciate, because it's like he could have just said he smashed the crystal. He didn't have to put sound effects in it of Ferric doing it and being tired. Like, it's such a good showmanship of role play there that I just love that. Just love that coming from Austin. Oh, Ferrix does break the crystal, and everybody has their trauma. So everybody in this group seems to have their relatable trauma. So it kind of makes sense why people call them the failures. But I don't like calling them failures. They're just people trying to be heroes. In the next room, they find a girl in the middle of the room. She's kind of like floating up, not floating, but high on top of these like pile of rocks or like rubble. Like, she's kind of like on a cliff. I would say it's kind of my head imagery was like she's on a cliff and you have to look up. She was pretty high up. Adalia casts fly as they try to figure out how to get to her, and she gets up there and she starts talking to the girl. The girl doesn't think that her mom is coming. She actually thinks that her mom is dead. And Adalia is kind of like talking back and forth from to the dad to the girl, and then the dad's kind of just like, forget this. Like, and he climbs up the mountain to go talk to his girl, but just then, this dragon. Wait. The dragon that took the girl shows up. This great dragon shows up, and we find out like just the dad makes it up to her, and they start talking, and they started like kind of releasing information as they talk back and forth. You find out that the girl is part dragon. Don't know how that works. If you want to know how that works, watch Shrek 2. Donkey and the dragon. Yeah. Anyway, but she's part dragon, and her mom is a dragon. Uh, so they kind of like, it's just kind of like what's going on here? Like, what? You're part dragon. The mom's a dragon. The dad's like cowboy. Like dragons and cowboys. Anyway, the dragon that captured her shows up and eats her, and then you hear a voice that says, "Save me." but it wasn't the girl, it was the dragon. So I'm kind of confused by there. Like I don't know what's going on there. The group starts combat initiative with rolls. Decaying dragons start popping out the ground left and right and start attacking the group. They end up fighting. They're in a big like scuffle. Uh, Christopher still doesn't do well in combat, but he still knows he's learning new spells. He casts the chromatic orb. I love the imagery of that spell. But he casts it thunder and just kind of showing like Christopher is doing growth. He's still not good, but still growing. Um, as it seems the group is pulling ahead, the great dragon moves into the middle of everyone and then opens its jaw. And that's where the episode ends. Yeah, so for side mission, I feel like things start to pick up here. We getting information about this guy. We getting information about the team. Even if that was an illusion, you still get information from that illusion based off how they reacted and what they saw. So even if it was just something that was scary to them, it was still information. I love lore being dropped. I love good role play. Everybody did a good job. We had some good combat going on today. Good combat, even though it was short, it was cut in the middle. I mean, I really don't have a complaint. I really don't have a complaint. I'm trying to figure anything out. I love the imagery of like getting to look into what they fear or what they're scared of or what they're running from. The role play, everybody had a good role play. I feel like we progressed the story in some effort, some way. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna have to. I would give this episode 9 hit dice out of 10. 9 hit dice out of 10. Great job. I mean, for what it was, again, it feels like a side quest episode. Where it feels like it's rounding up. Like maybe these dragons tie into Pharaoh some kind of way. We don't know, but it was a really good episode. I mean, it wasn't perfect by any means necessary, but it was really good. I liked where we were going with this. I so anyway, I mean that's all I got, man. That's all I got. I could ramble on all day about how great this show is. If you aren't watching Power Word Fail, get on it. It is a great show. If you are watching Power Word Fail and you need to check out the other shows on the Homebrew, they are good. But as always, you are loved, you're important, and you matter. Copyrighted by Carlos. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Let me know if what you like, what you don't like. Give me any advice. Whatever talking points that you want to hear, I'm here for you. But as always, thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. Bye.